Let me tell you a story. So I was talking about the last episode. I was talking about this guy that I was once with, and there was discussions about money and everything and how life wants to be. He now said it is not just one discussion, it has been like series of discussions. Do you understand me? Like series of discussions. But on several occasions he mentioned that um he won't he won't have a problem if I am not any more than him. Because every time I tend to ask that, okay, what could be the most what is that thing that you probably can happen or I can do that you might not be totally like interested in, that might make you dislike me, or that he said if you get a job that is paying much more than me. I was like, really? Okay. The first time he mentioned that, I just waved it. The next, another discussion, I was talking to him. I needed a laptop. I wanted to buy a laptop, so I saved up. Then I said, this money I want to use it for laptop. I want to use it to buy a laptop. That time I said I want to start learning copywriting and all. He said that, why do you need to buy a laptop when you're not a Yahoo guy? Can't you just use that money and probably you are moving to Lagos, start selling bread? Use that money and start selling bread, or start selling some small things. Why do you want to buy a laptop and learn copywriting and be doing all of those stuff? You don't need it. Okay, that sounded like, I was like, are you serious? Okay, selling bread is not the problem, but it was the way he downgraded like me learning any soft skill. He was just not pleased with it. Man, this guy is a learned person. Oh. So another discussion. I was telling him about my ambitions. Oh, I would love to do some courses. I would love to work in some places. I would love to earn some certain amount of money as a lady and all. After that discussion, I noticed that it started behaving somehow to me. Do you get it? Like it was not straight again. I asked him. After plenty talks and talk, he said that you are too ambitious for a lady. Ladies are not usually this ambitious, and I don't think I can cope with you having money much more than me. And this is the same type of person that I've told that, okay, you are doing this, and you're collecting this type of salary. Okay, can you venture into this? Since you have a side business, you have a side skill that is like this. Can you venture into this? Let's look for money so that you venture into these parts of business. You start it, or you learn some soft skills that are in vogue now and can add money to you much more than what you are earning presently. He said he does not want to have money, or he doesn't have to have plenty money. He just wants to be comfortable, and he does not want a fine girl. Everybody will see and say, this lady is a fine babe. Thank you for listening to my story. That's a part of my experience. I said till tomorrow, I'm still grateful that we are not together. Yeah, my life would have been like from. You understand me? So, according to the title of the video, Dear Future Husbands, welcome guys to episode 2. We want to know if you want a trophy wife or you want a sit-at-home wife. You just want to sponsor her life. You don't want her to do anything. No business in her name, no money, no money that is generating in her name, nothing from her end. Just stay at home. Or you want to be like you are the one that will oversee the things that she's doing. She won't have a career of her own or anything, because I don't want to talk much. It is kind of, whenever I remember those talks and experience, then I'll just smile and laugh. Yes, like I said in my last video, that it takes real men to want trophy women. Forget about it. Low self-esteem men, they are the ones that is suspicious of pride the most. They are the first people that will start noticing pride. Oh, you are proud. Oh, you are getting proud. Is it because you have money? Is it because your career is doing well? Is it because... I want to know from your end, like, as a guy, do you want a trophy wife? Do you want a wife that you'll be proud of, a wife that is striving to also make ends meet, that wants to make money and have our own career, have our own business that is striving. That I've never seen myself as a lady that will just sit down and my husband cannot just say, babe, please borrow me a certain amount of money. And I'll just be like, there's nothing, there's nothing I want to do, there's nothing I want to give you because there's no money. I'm not doing anything. No. As a lady, as a young lady, would you love to be a sitter? It's different. When you are there's some people that are at home, they make content, they sell stuff online, they are influencers, they have money coming in for them. But what I'm saying is, dominating your wife's life, like you don't want her to just do anything that will exceed your own. You don't want her to outshine you, basically. Like you don't want your wife to outshine you. Dear future husbands, do you mind if your wife outshines you? Do you mind if your wife is the talk of the town, that people don't even know your name? It's your wife's name that is all over everywhere, like Okonjo Iweala. I don't think I've heard of her husband's name before. As a guy, can you cope with that? Things like this, we don't tend to discuss them in relationships. All we do is just hang out, have fun, go to like conservative resorts, climb that thing, go to game houses, play games, eat out, beach and all. So many of we nowadays, we don't tend to, and I won't really blame us, because there is like a shift in priority. And basically, probably I will not even think about it. I will not think about it as well if I've not experienced that before. But I think it's something we really need to look at in that your relationship currently and presently. That your relationship presently, ask him, babe, if it ever happens that I have career and it is super shiny, will you be comfortable with that? Don't you try to cut my wings? Will you allow me to fly as high as I can? Will you allow me to spread my wings as wide as I can? Because sometimes you reach a stage that your attentions will be needed at home for your children. And it's funny that some husbands, they are not really any much. They are not really doing well in their career. But because of the ego in them, they will say it is the wife that is doing well in her career that should step down and stay at home and be taking care of kids. Why possibly the husband's work is not really thriving well. But because you don't want people to see you as less of a man, I am the man of the house. You want your wife to step down from that job or from that shining career or from whatever he's doing that is making people to respect. And don't you want to go out and say, oh, that's just Tony Akinwale's husband, that's Faith Akinwale's husband? Let people be clearing ground for you. I read something about Pastor Abolaji, that is Mo's husband, Mo Romoluwa Tike. He said there was a tweet he made some times back that his wife's name brought him something, like so he did something good for him, like somebody probably is looking into doing some things, and the person just said, hey, so your Romoluwa's husband? Said yes. Let me call. He placed her on call. They talk about, and one time the thing he wanted to do just clicked like that. The person agreed and all, and it was settled. But there are some unserious men, unreal men that you are following. That's one of them that you are following, that is saying that it's not too late to turn back. I'm saying it. That is saying that master's degree, why do you need it? That skill that you want to learn, why do you want to learn it? Or you've noticed that at every chance that you have to like do well, it will always rub you back inside. Like no, you don't need that. You don't need it, because it feels like if you are doing much more than him, he will definitely start. And I say it takes real men that are real, that are man enough, men that are men, not boys, to deserve a trophy wife. You can be a trophy wife and still be at home taking care of your kids as well, and still making good money, making ends meet, supporting your husband, buying properties in the name of you, your husband, your wife. You can. So if your attention has not been on this kind of discussion before in your relationship, I want to urge you to please, the next time you people are meeting, forget about eating chicken and rice. Forget about kissing and smooching yourselves. Sit down and have a real conversation. And as a guy, have you really studied yourself to that extent, to that level? Some guys, they don't know that they can act like in a way that they won't support their wife, for their wife to be prosperous in their career as well. They don't know until it happens. So you have to sit down and look inward I don't want to make this video long, but at the same time, I'm throwing it out to everyone. Dear future husbands, do you want a trophy wife, or a wife is placed in a corner and does not have a life of her own, or a wife that you don't want her to outshine you? Dear future husbands, can you cope with your wife or your babe outshining you? This is a very big question, and this is a very serious case that we all need to look into before we move ahead and settle down with whoever we call the love of our lives. Do you get me? And as a lady, do you want to be a trophy wife, or your husband should just put you in one corner and you're fine with it? And married people, let's hear your opinions in the comment section as well. Thank you so much, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Like I said, we are touching pain points in this channel. That question, you'll find answers to it right on this channel. So just click on the subscription button and spread the love. Till I see